Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, massive Bitcoin and Ethereum pump. Actually, it's not just limited to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everything has skyrocketed today. And that's because we have quite possibly, I don't know, another news that could be as big as Bitcoin spot ETFs themselves. So let me talk about this, why the market decided to go up, and what more we can expect from this huge piece of news. And we'll have a good old time. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Look at where we are right now. We are at $71,000. $71,000. We hit as high as 71.8 earlier, but let's not forget, this morning when I was streaming, we were like right here, below 67. We went from 66.8 or whatever it was, all the way to $71,000. We're only 2,000 points away from breaking our previous all-time high. We're 2,000 points higher than the 2021 high. See, this is why I tell you guys, stay strong, focus on the future, and continue to DCA, because you want to let the gains come to you. It's really that simple. Okay, every single day, almost twice a day, I tell you guys how good it is for Bitcoin. What's driving people to Bitcoin, right? Macro conditions, inflation, all that good stuff, the great fundamentals, the ETFs, the FOMO, the decreasing supply, all of that means something. It's not just fluff. There's a reason why people want Bitcoin. So here we go. We're 2,000 points away from all-time high. What did I say yesterday in my Sunday walk video? I said I think this week is going to be good. I said I'm very bullish about this week, and I think Bitcoin's going to hit $70,000. Little did I know we would hit it the next day. That's how fast things move in the land of crypto. And 2 weeks ago, where were we? We dropped to 50s. We dropped to what, 56,000 or 59,000 a couple times? Those of you guys that DCA'd, well, you're feeling pretty good. Those of you guys that panic sold, probably not feeling good, and you're wondering if you should FOMO back in because things are skyrocketing, right? That's how it always works. All right, so what happened today? Well, one big massive news that I said could be as massive of Bitcoin spot ETFs, and that is Ethereum spot ETFs. All of a sudden, yes, all of a sudden, the SEC is now asking all the exchanges that are going to list Ethereum spot ETFs to update their filings on something called accelerated basis. And why would be the SEC doing this? Well, there's a deadline coming up by the end of this month to either approve or deny Ethereum spot ETFs in the US. Now, even me, I said, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think Gary is going to let go. But you know what? Maybe. Larry Fink gave him a call and said, Gary, if you want that job, I'm sorry. You gave us Bitcoin spot ETFs. You're going to have to do us another favor and give us Ethereum spot ETF. You know, Gary knows he's on his way out. After this presidential election, he is not going to be SEC chair. He knows that. Okay? It's quite simple. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that he is not going to be around. So he's probably job hunting right now. And I don't know what convinced him, Larry Fink or I don't know, whoever is pulling the strings. Basically, people are putting two and two together. Why would the SEC ask the exchanges to update their filings on an accelerated basis? It's probably because they are getting ready to approve. Okay, that's the bottom. This morning, again, I was wrong. Coinbase said that there's a 30 to 40% chance that they think Ethereum spot ETFs are going to get approved by the end of this month. And I said fat chance. I said 5%, 0%. Hey, you know what? I'll admit I'm probably wrong. But you know what? I don't care, because this is a good mistake. Because if we do get spot ETFs for Ethereum, it's going to send Ethereum much higher, and it's going to drive the entire market up higher. This is one of the catalysts I've talked about very early on in January and February. I just didn't think it was going to happen this soon. But now everyone's predicting it's going to happen. Okay, all the Bloomberg analysts are now saying that there's a 75% chance it's going to happen. Up from 25% or 40%, whatever it may be, now 75% chance this is going to happen. And, you know, it wasn't just Bitcoin that shot up today. You look at Ethereum, that's crazy. Look at that, okay? Look at that. Ethereum went from 3,100 and then it pumped up to $3,700. Okay, that's what? A 20% gain within hours. And anything Ethereum related shot up today too, right? But today's a good day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, both shot up, and everything else has followed too. So it is absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So that is the big news of the day. And of course, Ethereum open interest on exchanges are skyrocketing right now. People are piling on those longs, and whales are buying. 110,000 ETH bought in the last 24 hours. That's 24 hours. What about just the last like 5 hours or 4 hours? Probably a lot more. Okay, so people feel the FOMO. This is what I tell you guys. When the FOMO hits, it hits hard. Everyone wants a little bit. And quite frankly, there's just not enough to go around. There's not enough Bitcoin for all the millionaires on the planet. Think about that. As for Ethereum, I don't know. It's probably pretty close. But still, when people FOMO, they FOMO hard. And because of what happened today, with Bitcoin topping over 71,000 and Ethereum suddenly jumping to about 3,700, you know how much shorts got liquidated today? This is outdated. This says 235 million, but I decided to do my own research, and we're talking about like 300 plus million now. This is not stopping. This is what I want to see. I've said, even this morning, I do not care if the shorts get liquidated, okay? No one's going to shed a tear for the shorts. The shorters, they deserve to be wrecked. And that's exactly what happened, right? You don't want to short Bitcoin. You don't want to short Bitcoin. That's just not what you do unless you're looking to lose a lot of money really quickly, right? And as for ETFs, again, my Sunday walk video, I did say that I expect the ETFs to continue to pile on the buying. And from the initial data right now, it looks like that's exactly what happened too. Okay, every single basically fund bought. Bitwise bought 24 million. Okay, even GBDC, Grayscale bought 9 million. BlackRock bought 65 million. ARK bought 68 million, and we don't know the Fidelity up 64 million. I mean, you add it all together, that's 231 million today, but that's not the complete picture. Tomorrow, it may change and be even higher, right? Now we're getting to a point where hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin is being bought every single day. There doesn't seem to be any sellers now. Grayscale itself is not selling hundreds of millions. In fact, they are buying now. So who is actually going to sell and bring Bitcoin's price down now? I don't know. I really don't know who has Bitcoin to sell at this point. And imagine if Ethereum spot ETFs open up, well, then we get hundreds of millions to billions that'll be buying up Ethereum as well. And then with the two combination, I don't know if this market is ever going to stop. A lot of people theorize that this market, this cycle may be the very last cycle, meaning this could be a super cycle that never ends. And who's to say it won't be, right? Usually we follow a 4-year cycle with Bitcoin. But now with so much institutional money coming in, FOMO in, and if they're going to hold, then who's going to be selling? Everyone's just going to be accumulating and accumulating and accumulating some more. Here's another chart that shows spot ETF balance, right? That's for the last 4 days. Today will be another big plus day. Basically, it's going to be an onslaught of buying and buying and buying and buying some more. Bitcoin balance on exchanges, the reserves keeps continuing to drop like a rock. Every time I check this, it goes down a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You notice recently it just doesn't climb back up because, again, the big boys, the whales, the institutions, the ETFs, they keep buying OTC and they keep getting more and more and more from the exchanges. And pretty soon, in the near future, the exchanges are going to just say no more OTC. You're going to have to buy in the spot like the rest of the people out there. And that's when you're going to see prices get driven up to insane levels that you can't even imagine. That could be coming up soon, within the next few years. All right, what else is there? Well, Bitcoin from a chart perspective. Okay, there's squeeze. We have seen squeezes like this before. Okay, and this could be just the beginning. Whatever we're seeing right now, 71,000, this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, we could break through our previous high of 73,000. We're only 2,000 points away. And then we could be heading at 75,000 tomorrow. Unknown territory. And then after that, 80,000, 90,000. Like, we just don't know at this point. Okay, we're going to break into new territory. It's like discovering America for the first time. You just don't know what you're going to expect. So, that's what we have to look forward to the next few days. More charts for you guys. This is showing the stochastic RSI has bottomed out like previous times. And you could see the bottom points. And you could see the breakout point. So, it's looking like this is really good. This is a good setup that is going to drive us higher to, again, unknown levels, unknown territory. Okay, this one is predicting that we will hit 149,000 by the end of this year. And I did previously say by July we could hit 100,000. 6 figures by July. The way we're moving today, we may even hit it sooner, but I'll stay with that prediction. If we hit 100K by July, is it so unreasonable to think that we're going to hit 150,000 by the end of this year? No, right? That's only a 50% jump from July to December. I think that is very, very possible. But is that the end? No, because that's the end of 2024. What about 2025? Where's 2025 going to end? We don't know. But here's another pattern that shows bullish megaphone. I've shown this before, right? If we break out of this megaphone pattern, where are we going to head? Well, according to this, in 2025, we'll get to 180,000, right? Maybe we go even higher than that. Maybe we do hit 250,000 or 300 or 500,000 by the end of 2025. But first things first, let's hit 100,000, which could be coming in the next 2 months, and 150,000 by the end of this year. If we end this year by 150,000, at 150,000, I can't even imagine what it'll be by the end of 2025. I mean, to just double from 150 would put us at 300,000. But if we did a 3x, that would put us at 450,000. And if Bitcoin is 450,000 by the end of 2025, where is Ethereum going to be? 30,000? 20,000? Where's Sol going to be? Sol may be like 10,000 at that point. I mean, that seems so far-fetched, but if Bitcoin's going to 450,000, okay, imagine the amount of liquidity in the space to drive something like Solana up to like $10,000 is actually probably pretty easy with that much liquidity in the space. All right. That's it. Let's do some Q&A and watch the gains come to us. All right, so I have 2 drinks with me. I do have my mini bottle Blue Label because this is the only bottle I can afford in a bear market. Okay, because of inflation, quite expensive. So I think I got like maybe a little bit more than a shot, 2 shots in here. And then I have my Miller Lite. My can Miller Lite because, again, I can't afford bottles, so I have to go with cans. Today is a good day, guys. The overall market went up almost 9%. 9%. And yes, today is led by Ethereum because of the Ethereum spot ETF. Okay, but others also did very well. Solana still went up 9%. Doge 9%. Avalanche 12%. Even Polkadot 9-10%. Uniswap 17%. Pepe went up 20 freaking percent. Pepe is leading the memes right now. They're the next sheep. You got Immutable 14. Man, Optimism. Anything that's ETH related today, Optimism 20%. Arbitrum 20%. Anything that's ETH related went up like 20%. Bonk had 26%. Not sure what happened to Bonk, but that's good. Lido 22%. Pith Network 34%. I have no idea what happened to Pith, but they blew up. So ETH and Sol projects all blew up today. Did I miss a super chat on top? I think I did. Let me scroll up here. Trigger SXM is asking quant price prediction. I'm not a big fan of quant, man. I'm not. It's a B2B play, mostly for businesses, so not a big fan. CryptoPunk, not enough whole coins for all millionaires. I took 9 of them out. LFG, awesome. Very, very awesome. Congratulations. Mosey, do you know if the free education program from Big Red's any good, and will you try it out at some point? Why don't you try and let me know? It should be good. But if it's not, it's still free. So try it out and you let me know. X8T, welcome. Happy I kept my ETH. Rich, congratulations. DZO, a great man once said ETH demise is greatly exaggerated. I listened to him, even though I can't take full credit for that, you know, because I still think that Sol will flip ETH. But you know what? If I'm wrong about that, it's okay, because people will make money with ETH. People will make money with Sol. People will make money with basically anything as long as they stay in the market. That's really what it comes down to. Chester, all-time high summer and inevitable at this point. You may be right about that. I mean, imagine 100,000 Bitcoin by July. And that happens, everything else is going to be so high. It's going to be insane. Is the pump assigned to make George whip Big Red Goggin? Man, I haven't had Blue Label in a long time. Oof. It's smooth and it burns at the same time. Crypto Frank, I've been buying BTC since 17K. It's because of you. Best time you're in Florida. Got a new 6x6, my Cybertruck for you to take out. Frank, I remember you. I thought you didn't like the 6x6. And I passed out my Cybertruck. So I hope you don't lose any fingers. But thank you. Johnny 5. Who do you think will be a good candidate to replace Gary? You interested? I am not interested at all. Not one bit. Should I order a pizza or have Japanese food? Can't go wrong with sushi. Do you think Big Red could hit 100 million? I have no idea, Johnny. I hope so. I hope so. I'm a large holder of Big Red, so I hope it could hit 100 million. Same thing with Kulo. I hope both could hit 100 million, and then they could hit $1 billion after that, and then I'll be very happy. Did you do any 50x leverage trades? I did. I actually, I have, well, not 50x, pretty close though. I have a 40x on Bitcoin. And I did pretty well with it. And then it started going down, so I'm now down a little bit. But overall, I made good money on my leverage plays today. But we need to see Bitcoin flip back up again. Ken is saying... I have 1K I want to gamble with. Would you put on Sol, Sheep, or Arbitrum? 1K, I put in Sol. Sheep and Arbitrum both pumped today, so. Do you think Stacks get 50 billion within the next 2 years? 50 billion? That's like 10x, right? Yeah, I think it could. There's a chance. There's a chance. Ardo, I answered you. Yeah, I left it open. I have a 40x on Bitcoin right now. The approval is not guaranteed, but because this has happened, exchanges are being asked to update their 19B4 filings on a accelerated basis. So that means that SEC is taking this very seriously. Do you think Ethereum ETF will be approved? I think so. I mean, everyone is thinking so. A lot of analysts is now giving it a 75% chance of approval. And really, if you think about it, why would SEC ask exchanges to update their filings if they were going to deny them anyways, right? But still, the fact that they are asking for this on an accelerated basis, like a week before the approval process, you gotta think that means something. Have you heard of ADS, Alchemy Exchange? I've never heard of them. I'm assuming they're some kind of ad network, and if so, I'm gonna skip because no one could defeat Google AdWords. Dopey Dave, appreciate it. What do you think about Hyundai's N model cars? They're okay. They're like the Type R's of Hyundai, but honestly, Hyundais are not very exciting. I am going to be going to this track event the next few days, and they will have the Ioniq 5N, which has about 600 horsepower. That one may be fun to drive. Simply Zell says, you're a narcissist. Stop it. Why don't you stop it? You're on my channel. And you're getting banned from it. Minnesota Mike, thank you. You can't fade smoke on Cardano. Memes of the shrimps to the whales. You know, Cardano memes are not very popular, right? The only one that I support is Snek. And they're going to be fighting the IFC. Everything else that has appeared on Cardano all died. I remember all these other ones. None of them survived. Cardano is not a very exciting chain to be launching memes on. Let's be frank about that. And even Charles doesn't really officially support SNEC either. I thought he would by now. He still doesn't. Have I pre-ordered a Mustang GTD? No. It's not worth $300 something thousand for that car. Not worth it at all. What do you think about Tesla's robo-taxis? Probably will never happen. Blazo sent you AI demo. It's going to be nuts by 2025. I did get it. It's okay. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like the cartoonish of what you did. The voice is okay, a little bit quick. But I have seen others, like scammer ads, that have somehow almost perfected it. So they're kind of ahead already. But you're right. I think it's going to only improve. But I appreciate that. Do you think Plan B on YouTube is right? I don't watch his YouTube channel, so I can't say. CryptoPunk, I have a C8 Corvette. I know you're Mustang guys. Thoughts on if we raced on a dig? Well, that's not a fair thing. I mean, Corvette is not supposed to compete with a Mustang, right? So I could race you with my F8. I think that would be more of a fair fight. You know, today was a day where Tesla said, since I didn't schedule a delivery of my Cybertruck, they gave it to someone else. Had they waited another day, you know, I may have been, you know, in such a good mood, I would have just said, okay, I'll take delivery, right? Had they just waited one more freaking day, but instead they gave it to someone else, so it's their loss. Will the gas fees for sending BTC ever go down after having I seen as high as $50? It will at some point, but right now it's good to have high gas fees or high fees in general because that means usage and activity and volume are all really high, which is good. That's what you want with Bitcoin. Uncredited, big super chat. Just want to say I'm stoked. Pampit.fun launch on Injective. Hope there's good things to come for this cycle for Injective. So I'm assuming that's like pumpit.fun where you launch your own memes, but it's on Injective. I don't know if it's going to work for Injective, to be quite honest. I mean, they only have like one big meme coin, Ninja, and I don't even know if that went anywhere. But maybe. Maybe. David, I'd rather walk than drive a Cybertruck. No, you're just being a hater. Did I buy the poo dip? No, that is not one that I actually look at all. Can you GoPro the track day? Yes, there'll be a lot of cars. They're more like normal cars. But there'll be a few fun cars, like the Dark Horse will be there, and the Type R, I think, and I don't know if the Type S is going to be there. You know, there'll be a few fun stuff. So it should be a good time. I'll just leave it at that. It's very simple to understand. The video with Altcoin Daily was great. Yeah, that was a good interview. I like Austin a lot. He asked me last minute because he's playing in a poker tournament hosted by Karate Combat, which I would have loved to go, but it's being held like right now. I would have missed this stream, and then tomorrow I have to go. So a lot of stuff that would not have worked out well. But it was a good interview. if I do say so myself, because I'm the interviewee. Jeff Warden, 5 membership gifted. Thank you. Why didn't you make a cock joke on altcoin day? I did it last time. A lot of people filtered that out. Like when I met Rand in Dubai, he interviewed me and he asked me what my favorite meme coin is. And I said, cock. Would you like some cock in you? And then he cut that out. I think Altcoin Daily may have done that last time too. I don't know. Or maybe he didn't. But I made that joke already. So. Do you know Elon has a pet goldfish named Eric? I do not. I do not. Macallan, 25-year Sherry Cass is the best scotch in my opinion. I know anything 18 or above starts getting expensive, so I'm assuming Macallan 25 is pretty expensive. When I was in Mexico City, I saw they had a Macallan X or something, and I looked it up. It was like $5,000 a bottle or something like that. So I don't know the highest end Macallan, but Chester, I'll have to check that out. Have I ever... oh, Altcoin Daily bleeped it last time. See? I can't make that joke. Have you met Max Kaiser? No, I am not. I need you guys to help me recruit some Bitcoin maxis for the next IFC fight during Bitcoin 2024. I need some big time Bitcoin maxis. So if you guys know of any, please let me know. So after consensus, the next one will be Bitcoin 2024. Have you seen the big MAGA hat pump the last few days? I checked it out today. It was up 200%. It's actually kind of crazy. Also try out Whistle Pig Hoss Hog. I don't know what that is. But I forgot who told me to look at MAGA yesterday or the day before yesterday. But it's up 200%. That's actually kind of crazy. Crazy stuff. Trump's hat. I think someone, when whoever told me it was like at 10 million or 5 million, you just don't know these memes. Sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it looks like it's the greatest thing on earth and it just goes up to like 60 million. And then other times it just starts dropping. Like you just don't know. And you know, it just seems like it's so random sometimes. But anyone that made money with it, congrats. Take some profit. McLaren 720S, it's fast, but I hear from a number of people say it's not built well. There's a lot of problems with it. All McLarens, you'll get a check engine light sooner or later, and they don't hold their value very well. Just get a Ferrari, man. Just get a Ferrari. I'd rather get a 458 Ferrari, and that'll be cheaper than the 720, I think. Or it's probably around the same price. It's probably the same price as a 488, but I'd rather get 458 or 488 before I get a 720S. And here's the reality too. All McLarens look the same. So no one knows if you have a 720 or a 765 or like a, I don't know what this, the 645 or the 5 whatever. No one knows the difference. A top 100 coin, 160K portfolio, how high? I have no idea. I have no idea. Tone Vase already said he has no interest in fighting. Gantry. I don't think I can make that happen. Has your outlook changed on AVAX at all? Holdo, no. Holdo, yes. AVAX actually had a pretty good day today. I think, you know, in a depressed market, people panic sell when they shouldn't. And things like today, we're seeing a big resurgence of a lot of oversold projects. Jet said, I used to think expensive alcohol was stupid. Then I had one glass of Louis XIII cognac and I've been changed forever. I had that at a Brazilian buffet place and it was smooth as hell. You know, so I kind of agree with you. You might be able to get Crypto Face's brother Nick to fight. Well, I mean, he has to be an influencer. I don't know Crypto Face's brother Nick. Is he a big influencer? And they have to be like Bitcoin maxis, like people that really people know of. Otherwise, it doesn't really work out. Not all matches have to be big names, but I'm looking for a really big name. I tried to get Robert Breedlove, and I was so close to signing him for the headline fight, but he pulled out. So, what do you think about Cornucopias? I have not heard of that metaverse project for a long time. 46 million. Today it did 5% overall, about even 1 year performance. They had a little pump over here back in December. I don't know why they had it in December, and they've been trending down ever since. What if they ever get done? Metaverses are not that popular, but you know, they may come back. You know, there are still a lot of projects focused on metaverses, so it could still happen. Aaron versus Austin, that's not going to happen. I asked before. Rodrigo, you told me about MAGA. Well, you know what? Hopefully you're in it. You made a shitload of money, so that's all that matters. How far do I have? I want to fight BitBoy. He hasn't had a real fight. Well, he's fighting a CFN guy in June. And then I've asked him to fight in September during Token 2049. So depending on how he does in June, we'll see. He's to go fight a real boxer from the CFN in June. And that may pose a challenge to him. Ardo, I don't have it pulled up right now, man. Tomorrow I could show you, but stop adding me. Did you try any Calvados brandy when I was in Paris? No, I did not. I had a lot of whiskey sours in Paris. I went to this one place, and I must have had like 6 of them. They were just so good. We do have a lot of girl fights in the IFC. I have found a lot of girl influencers that are very excited to fight. It's actually easier to convince girl influencers to fight than men for some reason. There's so many guys, when I ask them, they just don't have any interest, you know. But the girls, they actually do. And I think in this next one during consensus, we're gonna have 2 matches, and I think they're gonna be outstanding. And I'm gonna have a lot more of them. So look forward to that. Got a Porsche 911 Turbo S, faster than any Ferrari, and it's German. That's the problem, because it's German and it's not worth anything. That's the reason why Porsche is not on the same level as the exotics. It's like in between. So you have like the German luxury cars, like the Audi, BMW, Mercedes, right? And if you wanted to go a step above, then you get like a Porsche. But a Porsche is a step below Ferrari, McLaren, and Lambo. So that's where it always was and still is. And even though 911s may drive very well, but they're not gonna hold their value as well as like Ferraris, for example. Wolfer Crypto, what do you think about Kusama? I don't like it at all. I don't like Polkadot, and Kusama is kind of like a sister chain, kind of like a test bed chain for Polkadot, so I'm not a fan of it either. Would you pay off your mortgage or buy income generating real estate? It depends on where you live. I've had this debate many times with others in real estate. If you live in an area where real estate doesn't really go up much, then it's pointless to get into rental properties because it's going to take you 7 to 10 years to make back your down payment. If the real estate itself doesn't at least double in that 7 to 10 years, you're just wasting money. You're just paying yourself back. You could have put that money into any other investment like Bitcoin, for example, and probably would have tripled, quadrupled, or 10x to your money in 10 years. So that's why it doesn't make any sense. Now, if you live in a very hot area, let's say Miami or Los Angeles, and houses keep doubling like every 5 years, then it may make sense to do that. All these people that say, well, you never driven a Porsche. A Porsche is a better driving car. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. There's a reason why Porsches are priced lower than Lambos. They're from the same freaking company, guys. Okay? So the order of things is Audi, Porsche, then Lambo. So there's a reason why they're priced that way. They may drive better. I'm not arguing that they don't drive better. They may drive better. They may get better lap times. But every damn 911 looks exactly the same on the road. You can't tell them apart. No one ever turns their head when a 911 drives by because they all look the same. You can't tell if it's 10 years old or 1 year old or it's brand new. They all look freaking the same. The only thing that's different about GT3 is, yes, you got a big wing. But then again, not everyone wants to have a big wing on their high-end car. You could drive a Lambo daily if you wanted to. It would just be stupid to. But a lot of people drive the Urus daily, right? But if you live in a warm environment, you could drive a Lambo. You go drive a Huracan. It's actually really reliable out here. A lot of people drive Huracans daily. I've seen some sell with 40, 50, 60, 70,000 miles on them. Lambos are German now, okay? Let's not kid yourself. It's all German now. Braceface says, on your interview with Altcoin Daily, you said that you believe ADA would reach all-time high. If you truly believe that, wouldn't outperform Bitcoin this bull cycle since it's down 85% from its all-time high? I guess if you look at it that way, sure. Yeah. Because where Bitcoin is now, even if it goes up to, let's say, $500,000, that's like 4x. Right? No, 8x. No, that's about the same. ADA to go up, it's about the same. So I wouldn't say that is true what you said. But, you know, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I can only speculate. I don't have a magic 8-ball. No more exotic cars for you. Get yourself a muscle car, like one muscle car. They're all dead. If you're talking about like a real muscle car from the 69, like a Camaro, I would love to get a 69 Camaro SS. I just don't have time to drive to fix it up, and I'll look weird driving one. So I don't know. I don't know, but modern muscle cars are all dead. Replaced with EV cars. Man, DeLoreans. KTM is making fun of DeLoreans. DeLoreans have shot up in price. I was looking at DeLoreans the other day. They're like $100 grand. For a nice DeLorean, they are not cheap. So don't diss DeLoreans. I was thinking it'd be cool to buy a DeLorean. But man, they have gone up in price so much. Your choice of car that would actually appreciate in value. If you want something that truly appreciates in value, then just get a Ferrari. Just get any Ferrari, it will appreciate. Any other car, it will depreciate. Some will be slower than others. If you want a really nice car that depreciates very little, like a Mercedes G-Wagon. And it's a great business car because you could deduct it. But it will still depreciate. Have I driven a Koenigsegg? No. Those are like $1 million plus cars. No. The DeLorean would be even bigger head turn in a Cybertruck. That's not true. I've seen plenty of DeLoreans, especially at like those car meets. There's always one person that has it. But it would be cool to have one. Especially if you could actually make it drive really well. I don't know if those guys just restored to original like specs, so I don't know if anyone ever replaced the engine with the motor with something more powerful and you could actually make it drive really nice. All right, guys, I'll let you go. It's been fun. Tomorrow could be even better. Tomorrow, in fact, we could break all-time high and could be at like 75,000 tomorrow. All right, it's going to be absolutely insane tomorrow. Look at the FOMO that happened today. Tomorrow, probably more the same. We're going to get the ETFs, the institutions, the whales buying in, and we may get more Ethereum news. We may get more confirmation that a spot Ethereum ETF is right around the corner. So we'll see. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care. CryptoPunk, more. A lot more. All right, take care.